Hey guys, it's me, EODGamer here, and in this video, I want to just share with you the community's opinions about the two new sets, Lushaka, the Sunken Sea, and the Wondrous Banana set as well. Which one do they like more? Let's check it out in the comment section, the one that is more people are focusing on, and the reasons why too. I think you guys will be excited for this one. First of all, if you haven't seen the video, we talked about who can use these sets already. If you are into finding out more details on that, check this video out as well. This is where we actually touch on it. It's been 6 days with 50k views, 1k likes. We have 228 comments here as well on the video, which we will dive in a bit. But more importantly, this is a double, right? So we actually asked the community's opinion here 6 days ago, with about 4,000 of you have voted to which is the set. What's the overall opinion that you like, and some of the comments. Let's first talk about this over here. Most of you are very happy with another set. You have 66% of people saying that they like the idea of either one of the new sets is innovative, and some of them, 12% of people are going to farm this every day. So 400 people are going to be camping in this domain. So we definitely want to see what are people's thoughts as well. But first things first, I think the more interesting out of the two of them in terms of what the community is saying, just giving you a summary, people are actually liking the banana one a bit more, which I totally agree, because it shows you how the game might progress, which is summon related, which is very sus. The last time they did this, whenever they introduced a break set, follow-up set, everything started coming after. So the banana set actually changes the trajectory or the direction of where the game is going. I think it's very important to take note. Lushaka, of course, is very good, but there's nothing much to discuss there because it doesn't tell us about the future, it tells us about the present. Very good set, still nonetheless. But let's take a look at what the community, you guys, have to say as well. And thank you guys again so much for commenting 200 plus on this video. Didn't think it'll get so much to discuss on the sets, but you guys really enjoy the new sets as well, as we can see from the poll too. So first of all, of course, we have duckdragon98. Topaz Enjoyer reporting in. Duran will be better for Topaz, so don't bother farming the summon set to replace it. So he's just telling you up front, if you like Topaz and Damey, don't bother farming the Topaz set as well. Really appreciate the community's involvement as well to help you, because everyone is a different main. A lot of us content creators don't play every single character at the back of our hand every day. We have many different characters to try. So it's nice when we share our opinions with each other, and that's what I really find and what I like about this community sharing session, is because it's more of peer-to-peer sharing, rather than a one person, this is how you should do the game, do this, do that, do this. And I don't think games should be enjoyed that way, but that's my perspective anyway. So thank you guys again so much, Duckra. I do think so. I think Duran is definitely going to be better for Topaz, even though it has a wind-up time. But still, summon meta is definitely going to be quite interesting, because as it comes out, if it's going to be with such a great set to farm, right? You much rather farm Lushaka, a solid set, if you're going to go into characters that might have summon in the future, which is just very synergetic to farm for your overall count. So doesn't mean a set is best in slot, means the other one is dog shit and never worth farming. Sometimes account efficiency does take a little bit more priority than best in slot, and that is something very important to consider. What are you farming for? Account or min-maxing? That's the important thing. But thank you again so much for your question, Dakra. I really appreciate you sharing. This is sorted, of course, by the top comments first. So YouTube has this algorithm that helps decide which is better or not. I think it has something to do with how much likes in the shortest period of time versus dislikes or whatever. I don't know, I'm not expert in that. But anyways, I digress. Death Abyss 280. For the Banan Amusement Park, I think when they mean summon is when another entity is added to the action bar. So he's trying to give more theory in the game itself, how the summon is work. So Jingyuan's, Tingy, Lingsha, all of these work. Topaz, of course, all of these work that use as summons. Clara probably doesn't apply, so discussing more about the mechanics of the overall thing, not consider summon, which is interesting. If they add in more characters that summon, more people can use this set, because right now, as it seems, only 3 characters that use this. Is a pretty niche set, but I think a huge caveat is they likely are going to add more summons in future. The summon and follow-up correlate with each other, that we're not too sure, because currently Jingyuan, Topaz, these two are follow-up attackers, right? And currently they overlap with summons. So if summons are considered follow-up attacks, it's interesting to see. Or perhaps will summons fall under the category of fast and often because you have more units that attack often, or perhaps they become a new category altogether. I am very interested to see, but we need more information. One set alone is just speculation. We need more theory to actually back that up. But thank you again so much for sharing your observations as well. Very interesting to know the mechanics of the Banan set as well too, from you guys as community members too. The next one we have the bad take with JJ. Bad take, are we in for something? Releasing the banana set means we have a new wave of characters to summon. Either that or they just want to mess with our farming routine. I think it's very interesting that they are releasing this at this time. Really, thank you again so much for your take. I don't think this is a bad take. I think this is actually a pretty good speculation as well. The last time they started shifting the meta, it started with the relic sets. So how I noticed like it has been in Honkai Star Rail so far, because the trend is like slightly different in Honkai Star Rail, Genshin, and like Zenless Zone Zero now that's just out. For Honkai Star Rail, we have a bit of a track record. How they always shift the meta is first a new set. Sometimes they introduce Topaz first and sets follow up, but when they started to shift the meta, the sets came first. When they wanted to do a drastic change, see whether people like it, if they enjoy that mode, they switch into it slowly around. I think in this case, the set will precede the meta change. So doing a bit of summons here, farming here, farming routine, don't mess up your current farming routine. If you have Topaz and Nambi, you have Jingyuan, you have Lingsha, and you want to build them, sure, go ahead. Otherwise, for now, until we have more official information, maybe you don't even like the summon characters, you don't even like the playstyle. Don't just switch your whole farming routine if you're a new player, give up the other efficient sets to farm instead and go for this new domain. We talk about on our channel, like which is the better domains to farm. You can check it out. Also, you can just search like efficient relic farming and you probably will find something useful for if you're a new player watching this. These are like late game players, very concerned with farming routines. Thank you again so much. The good take with JJ, I would think. Next up, we have OTZ 7 Us. Jingyuan is eternal. He's getting buffed every single patch. It's like the favoritism. You know, when we do our investment value videos, the one that compares like which is better character in terms of investment wise, I always have this section for potential, right, which looks at Hoiverse as a company and what they tend to do. Jingyuan is an example of a company that has a character that has so much potential buyers from Hoiverse itself. They really love this character. Since the start of the game, he has just been buffed non-stop. Unfortunately, he hasn't found himself in the upper echelons, but that means he's just going to keep getting buffed until he reaches there eventually. I'm just joking, half joking, but it is true. He's been getting a lot of support since the start. Topaz and Nambi is another one that will fall under the bracket. Maybe they really like Nambi a lot and they want Nambi to be in every single team composition as well. Maybe, for example, the CEO was born in the year of the pig. I don't know, I'm just guessing, right? There's some bias there, definitely. Jingyuan mains having to refarm him for every other patch. This one is by Dana. Yeah, this is true. Every single patch you just have to keep farming if you're a Jingyuan main. Any Jingyuan mains out there, I wonder, are you guys really refarming every set to get that 20 crit damage rolls and like 10 crit rate on every single new set and then just having to ditch it and go into the new set? That is kind of crazy, right? But it is the case. I think a Jingyuan main will have to keep refarming so you can get that new damage increase, because the new sets always outperform a little bit more for a Jingyuan main. Another one here. Oh, this is perfect. I don't know why YouTube lined the comments up so nicely, but as a Jingyuan main here, I'm always worried about getting power crap. But like you mentioned, it feels like he seems to always benefit every other round. Yeah, it is crazy here. You never need to worry about power creep with Jingyuan for some reason. He just has blessings on his side. And he will always somehow be somewhat relevant here and there by all the buffs that he's getting. Summon is like, first follow-up was like playing into his style a little bit. Now Summon is like literally, he's one of the 3 characters. A 1.0 character getting this Summon buff. Ridiculous, man. I just find it so funny that he's getting so much support. Next up, we have Seo Furinon. I was a hater of the banana set until I did the calcs. It really surprised me how much he has 2 best ornament. Yeah, it's ridiculous. We talked about it in the video as well, but the new set is really very strong because you don't even have wind up time. Normally, like the other sets, you need to like hit a couple of attacks to get it up to a certain level. This banana set is like, you have the banana straight away, you are super powered monkey already, super strong. It's even the general that he summons lightning lord is yellow in color, so that's a very nice banana that is right there. Really cool. Thank you so much for Games for Shut for helping us with always the timestamps. Really appreciate it. If you guys see his timestamps, do give him a like to support as well. It's super nice. Next, of course, we have some people that speculate here, home press, 100% going to be summon meta, so it does seem like they're giving a lot more support now, especially with official information out on these kind of sets. But we'll have to see too. Let's switch it up a little bit, and I want to do like both sides, right? Because some of you are also expressing some views. We've seen a little bit of bias. You can tell that people are more interested in the banana set. That's where more discussion is, which is interesting because it is the set that has it shows the trajectory in future, a bit more uncertainty. But let's talk about people in general. What is the consensus of the new sets? How is it like refarming everything here? Let's talk about that over here too. I would just want to give some sharing with all these people who actually took time to comment. This was done 6 days ago for like 4K comments. 100 likes here, again sorted by the top comments. We have Elbatham 5864. No matter how many planner sets they give Jingyuan, it still doesn't fix the inherent flaws with his kit and lightning lord. So I mean, this is a pretty good point. This is on the flip side. Even though we joke and always see he's getting a bit of buffs here and there, one of the major things people are commenting about Jingyuan, and this is like a bit digressing, but more to Jingyuan's case, is the problem with lightning lord is he is capped off by like turn order. If only like once he reaches his max stacks, he immediately procs it'll be feeling much more comfy to play. Whereas Lightning Lord, how it works is that you hit 10 action bar and then it's just like max, it just stays there and then he just waits for his time. And at this point of time, a lot of characters move so fast. You have characters that like can action advance the whole thing. Jingyuan can't action advance the Lightning Lord. So you are kind of like restricted still in terms of character kit, which is a bit trickier to play. So I totally agree with Albatum. I think there are some inherent flaws with his overall kit, but still, getting buffs as a base character means that he's still a little bit more useful than he was before versus the rest of the character. So a buff is a buff. We can't really deny that, but it's true. Inherent flaws still do exist in a character, preventing him from reaching like the top tier echelons. Maybe Hoiverse knows that. That's why they are buffing him every patch, because they maybe made a miscalc or something like that. Chincan, Lushaka is such a huge upgrade towards Von Wack. Someone's finally like talking a bit more about Von Wack. Of course, Lushaka is really strong as well. It buffs attack in planet for Robin's planet elements. Not only for Robin, but a lot of supports, especially if you want a bit more hybrid, you want to go for a bit more attack percentage, you want to go for a bit more like general buffing, whether it's DOT, whether it's like for whatever. You just have to position the character in the right slot, you get the buff. Whereas Panacony is like, you need to be same type. So there's a huge restriction for DOT teams. How many people run like triple win in a DOT team to get their buff for Black Swan? Not too often, I would think. Von Wack is of course strong as well because you get that push. But then again, Lushaka gives you that nice attack bonus because it lasts the entire match. Whereas Von Wack is just like the first turn, right? When you get that push in the start. So that's a good point too. Lushaka really is really strong for Robin and a lot of other team compositions, which we talked about in the video. You should definitely check it out if you're interested to know whether you should actually be farming this new set domains too. Quite interesting to find. It'd be cool if team lineup is going to be focused on the kit of future characters. We've been getting crumbs from Lushaka, some DU, Curios, etc. So it's only probably a matter of time. This is really nice. Like one of the posts, the video was talking a lot about the new set, the banana set, where it talks about possibilities. Here, a lot of people are just shifting into the part where we're talking about positioning of characters in the Lushaka set, which we did mention in the video. That's quite interesting. But the communities, you guys seem to be picking up on this and really liking this possibility of moving around. So Lushaka, for those of you who don't know, the character that's in the first slot gets the buff, which what it implies, and it hasn't really been done in the past, of like position matters. The only time we care about position really is like, is your preservation character in the center, because you will be taking splash damage for your other two characters. So some people like to put them at the side. Some people put the shielder characters in the center, so when they hit, because everyone is shielded anyway, so the side characters might get some energy from that splash. That is the only thing right now in the game where we consider positioning. Maybe there's a few others that I'm missing out here and there, all the different comps. But generally, Lushaka is probably the first introduction where they might be doing something in team composition in the future. And if you think about it from that perspective, there is an interesting angle that they can explore too, where your second slot gets a certain buff, or maybe we have a set that depends on the position that the character is in, it applies like a different buff. So you put a third slot, you get defense buff. Put at second slot, you get attack buff. Put at first slot, you get HP buff or something. So everyone might be fighting for like slot 1 or something. It is a way of introducing complexity into the game so that you can introduce a less stale state. Everything doesn't feel like always the same, which I like. I think it's going to be quite fun. Thank you again so much for your comments, everyone so far that has responded to. Next up, we have Death Abyss. I'm trying to get as much comments as I can into this video as well. If you guys appreciate such content, you find the sharing by our fellow community members and this video as well. If you like it, do leave us a comment if you like this kind of format. We will keep doing them for sharing it more as a peer-to-peer kind of sharing to get more of a community building effort too. If you want to do like more discussions and you can't wait for these kind of like videos to get your question answered, join our Discord. We have a very nice chatting session, or live stream also, which we really discuss a lot of ideas. We do it on Twitch. You can check all the links in the video description if you like. Just a quick self-plug as well for any of you who are watching till this point. Anyways, next up we have Death Abyss. They seem pretty cool. The banana one may overshadow a new crit race-based summon unit in the future, but Jingyuan and Topaz can use them exactly right. I think that is the case. Lushaka seems pretty decent and don't want to farm Von Wack, and is less conditional than other supports they've set. Pretty much like summarizing the overall feel that a lot of the community members that we can see in this video as well. We did talk about a few other things in the video that we have recorded, but this is a pretty good summary of community thoughts so far, I think, with some additional commentary that we have talked about. Next up, we have Hazel. Low-key, they just feel useless to me until you get King Yuan. You don't think you'll be farming them. I'm just going to hard this, not because I agree. I just want to acknowledge reading this one. Hazel just feel useless to you. I don't think so. I think they are pretty strong. 18 of people also agree with this comment. I'm not too sure why exactly. For Lushaka, I can't understand. Like Lushaka is clearly pretty good, much more generalistic than the other two, especially if you are playing in other comps. For the banana set, I can understand why it's useless, because if you do not have Jingyuan, like mentioned, until you get King Yuan here, if you do not have Topaz and Ambi, you don't plan to get Lingsha, yeah, it does feel like a little bit useless at this kind of game state. So I understand the frustration here. But for Lushaka set, I don't think it's useless. I think it's actually pretty strong. Energy regen is pretty general. Attack percentage on the first slot, which you can control. There's no requirements, no effect rest requirements. I think it's pretty good. Unless perhaps you already have a god tier broken kill, so you have some sort of damage buffing, you don't play into DOT at all. Maybe I can understand why. But to me, I don't really understand this question. Maybe if you are watching this as well, you can expand a bit more on your comment. Why do they feel useless? Perhaps any of you who know as well. Next question, of course, we have is Gerd Martha. I always take new relics or planners as a sign of future units kit. Clear base example would be the Wind Soaring relic that came out just before Uni's patch. The only user of that relic was Uni and Facial. This is exactly right. I think this is super accurate. They do release sets at unusual times, and that kind of like is a sign for future unit kits. So I definitely agree with Gerd Martha's comment here. I think it's really accurate as well. So really good. Let's come back here and answer a few more. I don't want this video to be super long, but this one is the one that has a lot more comments, so let's try to get more representative opinions. Thank you guys again for all your comments so far. Let's talk about Silver Sidva, which is talking, I do think that if Hoyo is going to go into more position-based buff, which is talking about what we just mentioned, the Lushaka position-based buffing that we talked about, you don't see them going very far outside the first slot. In most cases, a hyper carry DPS will always be in the first slot, save for something like Kara and Yundi, where you want to put them next to Aventry in the middle two slots so that they receive the damage, the blows like Splash and stuff. Lushaka isn't the first time they experimented with this idea. Divergent Universe, they tried it as well, and no worries. Like, sorry, I yap. No, I don't think anyone disapproves of your yapping. This is not yap. This is a good justification for your case. I just not reading every single thing for the video so that it doesn't drag up too much time. But 47 of you agree with this, and I think main summary is no. I think that my honest opinion is I don't feel that they would go just stop with the first slot. I think it's a testing ground. Hoyoverse always likes to do this. Like, they like to introduce a small idea, see whether the community likes it in a very low risk sense. If they like it, they'll expand more. They put in the second position, third position. And then if people still don't mind, they like the idea, people are talking about it, how to like do it, and creates community engagement like this one as we are doing here, they might say, okay, now we are confident enough, let's put it in a character's kit. They put it in a 4-star character, or they test it out in some event whether people like it. So all these kind of like miniature tests that they do add up to like the overall changes. And finally, if they are very confident, yes, we know this sells, we know it's going to make us a lot of money, and we have done all the testing here, boss. This is my report. Why do I think it will work? We have done the testing, we have done this, we have done that. And then the boss will say, okay, release it in a 5-star limited character or put it in a light cone. Let's try to see whether it generates some revenue. That's how Hoyoverse does their work. They don't like randomly snap their finger and say, yeah, I'm going to just put this in our next 5-star limited character. Let's YOLO and see how it goes. A lot of you also feel the same way because you feel like, oh, my 4-star character is getting power creep. Why do they always do that? Release a 4-star E6 like Gallagher really strong, then try to like power creep them with another 5-star. It's actually like a 4-star is a testing ground for 5-star releases, which makes a lot of sense. You get a lot of people trying the characters. If they like the playstyle, you get feedback, and then you try to sell them and upgrade. And something that has already worked well too. So those are my thoughts. If you appreciate such videos as well, community reviews, do give us a like, comment, and subscribe. At this point, I highly recommend you check out the set. We talk more about details of where it can go. Of course, the sharing was nice, but if you are interested in farming this set, do check out this video here. Otherwise, share if you're any of your friends who want to know more about the 2 new sets in Game 2. Maybe they are a bit confused, sitting on the fence. And anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching and your attention. See you in the next video.